You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, who here has absolutely no idea what we're doing? Okay. I want to start with a couple things because some of you guys like saw the whole Facebook thing where I got called a scammer and thrown in jail and all of these funny things that went down. But the funny part is I appealed my jail sentencing and all of that stuff, and they let me out. And then Mark Zuckerberg apologized to everybody, and I just thought the timing was awesome because they called me a scammer, and why would you try to defraud your friends and family and all of these things. And I invited the Facebook police to actually come and join us here at my home. I go, if I was going to take advantage of anybody, I go, first of all, look at my history, and my friends are my friends, and I have a reputation, and I invite you guys to my home, all of you, most of you have been here before, and you'll be here again. And so the whole thing to me was funny. It was like they locked me up, and they think I'm a scammer, and I've been studying this process. And I'm not surprised because the girlfriend that introduced it to me a few months ago, I called her a scam. I told her, don't do this is a joke, this is a scam, you don't want to do this, I'm not doing this. And she's like, no, you really got to look into this, you really got to see what this isn't a scam. This has actually been around for 40 years. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, just no, it sounds too good to be true. But then I was like, well, prove it to me. And I had a couple people prove it to me. And then the girlfriend that I was originally talking to, and I was like, have you made anybody doing this yet? She's like, no, not yet, but I know that it works. And I go, well, I now believe. I believe, just sign me up. Then once you sign up, you come into this whole network of people that have been doing this for so long, and it all starts to make sense. And I want to go back into just why would I do this? And a lot of people are like, oh, you're just trying to make money off your friends. And I'm like, no. Because anybody that knows me, some of you guys in this room know me for 30, 40 years. And you know that my core value, Yanni's core value, is to give people value. We don't make money until we see we do the right decision for you, and then we want to see you be successful. This whole thing started with me. Adrian's not here tonight, but Adrian, and I hope she doesn't get upset that I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say this. Adrian's living paycheck to paycheck, and her desire is to have a river house. And she's like, you guys go to the river and you have your toys, and I want this so bad, and I know they're working really hard for this. And she's like, I never see a way out. How do I find a way out? And I was like, I heard about this program. I thought it was a scam, and now I don't think it's a scam. I said, I really think you should do this with me. I will do it with you to show you that if I'm willing to go in, and I will go all in. I said, I want to see you successful, and I know I can make you successful. And not only do I know I can make you successful, I can make you and you and you and you and you and you, because this is actually so simple that the most skeptical person in the entire world is my husband. And Danny, are you doing this?
I'm almost 300 letters in.
Danny came to me 5 or 6 days ago, and he's like, my first 100. Here you go. Okay, he understands. And so my core value, first of all, I'm just going to tell you one really quick story. When our house burned down 7 years ago, there was 2 things that survived our fire. Only 2 things. Everything else, complete loss. You saw it on the news. And one of them was this book that I've trained thousands of realtors over the years on principles for this book called The Go-Giver. And I always tell these realtors, if you want to work the way that I work, if you want to think the way that I think, read this book first, then come back to me. And this book's core value is, it's not about being a go-getter, it's about being a go-giver. You give before you receive. And it's just kind of the opposite of a thought process. And you might even have heard I've talked for years about the Go-Giver book. And Eric's been in some of my classes and stuff like that too, even back when I was in 7 Gibbles. And so this book it's the 5 laws of stratospheric success. And one of the most important laws is the law of value. And basically, your value is determined by how many lives you touch and how well you touch them. And that is one of my favorite laws of the 5 laws. And that book happened to survive our fire, which I thought was amazing because I've sold thousands of copies of that book by just telling people, if you want to understand the way I think, read this book. And so that book survived our fire, and then there was another book that survived. It was called Asshole, a Theory. And it was a book that I didn't even know that I owned. And so I was like, wow, there's like a moral of the story here. It's like, be a giver, don't be an asshole. And everybody can kind of take that for what it's worth. And so when the fire went down, and a lot of people were trying to help us, and a lot of people were trying to give us money, and we were refusing it from everybody because it was like, no, I can't take money from my friends. I have a really hard time receiving, and one of the laws of the Go Giver book, one of the 5 laws, is the law of receptivity, is that you have to learn how to be a good receiver before you can be a good giver. And I'm a horrible receiver. I still am a horrible receiver, but I'm starting to get better. So when everybody was trying to help us after the fire, and Rianne, actually, the one with the midget, I just told you that story. So Rianne is one of my very best friends, and she comes up to me and she says, she lost her house 10 years before we did. And she says, Erin, I gotta tell you, you're really being an asshole. And I was like, why am I being an asshole? Like, I'm trying to help my friends by saving their hard-earned money. I don't want you to give me your money. I never want to take money from anyone because I know I can we're going to figure this out. We have insurance, we're capable, we're hardworking, like we'll figure out how to pull ourselves back up from the bootstraps and get through this. But she was like, no, you're being an asshole because when you don't receive something that somebody's giving you, you take away their joy. She's like, how would you feel if you tried to help me and I told you, no, Erin, I don't want your help? I'd be like, well, you're kind of an asshole. And she's like, see what I mean? And so that's kind of, I wanted to share that because the Go Giver book and the Asshole Theory turned into a wonderful keynote speech. It was like, you can be a giver, don't be an asshole, and I ended up, I'm going to tell you this story because I know you know this book, right? The Go Giver book. I ended up doing a 20-minute keynote in front of 2,500 entrepreneurs from all over the world. I knew like 3 people in the room, but I didn't know anybody in this room, and I'm just speaking about this whole laws of receptivity, the law of value, all of these things. And Bob Berg, who's my favorite author, who I've always said if I wanted to meet anybody, if we would have anybody over for dinner, it would be Bob Berg. And he reached out as a result of me giving this speech, and he reached out to me. He's like, somebody in that audience knew me and said, you've got to hear this. And the next thing I know, I'm on a plane to Florida, and when I wrote that book, It's Just Stuff After the Fire, Bob Berg is the one that wrote the foreword. So a lot of you have asked me, like, who is this person that wrote the foreword? This is my story. It's like, if this didn't happen to us and this didn't, everything happens for a reason. I believe everybody comes into your life for a reason. I believe there's a reason you guys are here. I believe I can help you get to where you want to go. I believe that we found like a recipe here for success. I believe that I'm going to prove it, and some of you are going to go, you know what, I want this right now, I want to sign up right now, and some of you are going to go, no, I want to see you prove it to me, I'm going to watch you for the next 90 days. And you're invited to do both. Some of you that want to jump in, I will jump in with you, and I will help you, and I will build it, and I am determined to see you succeed. And the ones of you that want to say, no, Erin, I'm just going to sit back and watch, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to post something probably weekly over the next 90 days, and you're going to watch my progression, and you're going to watch what I'm going to build, and I'm going to tell you that I can help you build the same thing. But I don't want you to do what I did, and 90 days ago, I wish I jumped in. And I told Danny 2 weeks ago, I think I told you, I'm going to introduce this to my friends, but I'm not going to do it until I prove it. And then I said, I thought about it, and I'm like, no, that's dumb. I go, because some people are going to go, why didn't you tell me about it sooner? And I was like, so for the people that are going to be like, okay, if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me, this group over here, and this other group is going to be like, well, I still want to watch, and I want to learn, and I want to dibble in it, but I'm not going to commit. You guys are gonna be over here, but I just don't wanna be the one to go, told you to get in this group, but it's okay, because I understand, because I was you. I was that person that had to be proven. So, what it is, Sergio's calling me. Like, he needs to come over. What it is basically, this has been around for years and years and years and years and years. You write to these casinos. Like, this has nothing to do with real estate either. Like, you're gonna go, wait, you were writing to casinos or you lost your mind? So you write to these casinos, these online casinos. You don't have to go to a casino, you don't have to leave your home, you don't have to get out of your pajamas. You can do this wherever you want. I'm gonna start posting pictures of me doing this in various places. I'm doing it in the pool, or I'm doing it, on a boat, or, roller skating, or like whatever it is to make it kind of fun. But you basically write to these casinos on a postcard, and they have very specific instructions. And that's why I told some of you, if you want to start, I will start with you today, and I will show you exactly what to do. But basically, you write on a 4x6. It has to be plain. It cannot have any lines on it. It has to be a 4x6 note card. It has to be a number 10 envelope. It has to be a black pen. And those three things are absolute musts. You write to these casinos. It's 42 words. It's specific words. You have to spell them correctly. You have to ask for it nicely, just the way they ask you for. You are asking for a sweeps coin. So the sweeps coin is basically equivalent to a $5 bill, but it's a make-believe $5 bill. So you're writing to these casinos, specific casinos, and we'll teach you which ones to do. You're writing to these casinos and you're saying, I would like to request a sweeps coin, and then you sign up for an account and they drop this make-believe money into your account. But what we do through the program is we teach you how to convert it at a 96% ratio. So somebody's like, oh, you're teaching us how to gamble. No, if we were teaching you how to gamble, then there wouldn't be a methodology involved in it. Gambling is risking your own money. Risking your money and not knowing what the result's going to be. What we're going to do is show you how to request make-believe money, convert that money into real money on a 96% ratio that can be deposited into your bank. You're like, okay, well, what's the catch? The catch is it doesn't happen right away. So there's faith involved. And Danny says, if you guys come to our prayer nights, he always says, how do you spell faith? R-I-S-K, risk. So it's like, well, what's my risk? Well, your risk is going to be the cost of a stamp, a little bit of your time. How long does it take me to write on a 4x6 card? I've got it down, I can do 4 in 5 minutes. I mean, I've been practicing, but I can do 4 cards in 5 minutes. Some people can do 1 card in 5 minutes. Don't judge. It's like you'll get faster as you go. I can do this in my sleep now. Like, I don't even have to look at the card, I can just do the card. But there's specific things that you need to do, and there's specific verbiage that you need to write, and I'll share it all with you. But just for you guys wondering right now, like, what in the world am I going to write to these casinos that's going to get them to give me a coin? And I'm going to read it to you exactly what it is, 42 words. And I'm old now, so I'm going to wear glasses. I wish to receive sweeps coins to participate in the sweepstakes promotions offered by this particular casino. Is called Lucky Land Slots. By submitting this request, I hereby declare that I have read, understood, and agree to be bound by Lucky Land Slots terms of service and sweeps rules. There it is. That's how big it is. There's specific verbiage that you need to go up here, which is your legal name, your email address, your address of where you're going to get registered, so you actually register to a casino.
Show the camera.
What?
Show your camera. People on camera. You can see it.
Thank you, Eric. Oh, there's one camera.
Second.
So you're going to write the verbiage, you're going to submit it, there's a way to address the envelope. I believe that these are electronically read on the other end, and that's why it has to be specific. Your writing has to be legible, your words have to be spelled correctly. There's a lot of things you can do wrong that'll get you rejected. So what we want to do is help you not to be rejected if this is something that you're interested in. It's like, okay, well, what's my risk? Well, your risk is the cost of a stamp. Well, how much is a stamp? I don't know, what are they? 73 cents. 73 cents? 73 cents, plus the cost of an envelope, plus the cost of a notepad, plus the cost of a pen, plus the cost of, you're going to want to buy one of those little whiteout thingies, because I promise you a few you're going to screw up a couple times. I screw up more than a couple times. But anyway, what you do is you write these cards, you send them to the casino, and anywhere between 6 weeks to maybe 12 weeks, there's different casinos. We recommend that you write to more than one casino so that you have more consistent droppings. And so your drops come, the drops are when they drop your coins into your account. So you're going to register at the casino, they're going to drop the coins into your account, but they'll come at like 100, 200, 300, 400 at a time, which is equivalent to $100, $200, $300, $400, depending on how often you're writing and how, if you can try to get yourself to say, okay, if every envelope is $5, basically equivalent to $5, that means for every 80 cents I spend on my stamp and supplies, I'm getting $4.20 back, on average. Within a 96% is what we found. And so you're like, okay, well, if I could just write to the casinos and get this, why would I need to join the academy? Well, the academy teaches you the tricks. So when you decide to join, the cost to join is $225 and $25 a month. I believe that's for a 1-year commitment. So $225 to join, and with that $225, it's basically the equivalent of writing 45 letters. We could sit here tonight and write 45 letters, which would actually pay for the cost to join. Or, if you start doing this long enough and you realize, you know what, this works, or you join and you do what I do and you went behind the curtain, and I start talking to different people that have been doing this for a lot longer than me, that are very transparent, and they're showing me not only their deposits, but they're showing me their strategies, and they're showing me, I'm like, how long have you been doing this, and how many people do you have on your team? There's so many different ways that you can just, if you wanted to say, oh, I just want to make an extra $500 a month because that will help us with the groceries because, everything is so expensive, or I want an extra $1,500 a month because I have a car payment that's killing me, and now, the cost of my kid's school, or, whatever it is, it's like you determine how much you want to make, and then you set your goals every day to say, okay, I need to write 25 letters a day. And then it's like, well, when can I do that? When do I have time to do that? So what I started doing is, I'm amazed on how much free time I find throughout the day. So I carry a bag with a clipboard and my note cards, and I at Josh's haircut appointment the other day, I busted out 15 cards, and I'm waiting for a doctor's appointment. I busted out, more cards, and it's just like you're waiting for your friend to get out of their house. It's like I start writing cards, and you realize, gosh, how much time do I spend on social media? Because when I have downtime, everybody goes they go straight into Instagram, or they go straight into Facebook, or something like that. And well, how about instead you go straight into you have your social media, or you're listening to your podcast, or you're watching TV. Like we did this watching Yellowstone the other night. I haven't watched a whole TV show in probably 20 years, and I got to watch a whole show and write 50 cards. It was pretty awesome. So I start thinking about I do this in the bathtub. It's all these down, sitting at the pool. I did it at the beach the other day. I do it at an open house. All these little periods of time throughout the day, and it's all of a sudden it was oh, that wasn't hard to do 25 cards. That was actually incredibly easy to do 25 cards. I sat here one night and I wrote my method was I wrote all 500 envelopes in one day. Remember that? I sat there all day long and I wrote all 500 envelopes because they're being mailed to the exact same place. So it becomes on autopilot, and I could write envelopes faster than anything. I could probably do 6 of those in 5 minutes. Because I'm just busting them out. So my strategy was, and everybody has a different strategy, but my strategy was, I'm going to go ahead and write these envelopes. I have 500 envelopes, so therefore I know how many cards I'm sending in the mail. And then I write my cards, and then there's another trick to this that they teach you how to do it, but every card is going to have an individual code on the top. So once you're registered, it's how do they know to put the money in my account? How do they know there's not 15 Erin Williamsons out there, whatever it is. So there's I leave a space on the top where I'm going to write this code. And the way these casinos work is they drop a code every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, you can grab this individual code that goes on the top. Sometimes I'll be sitting at the computer, I'll be pulling properties for a client or reviewing an offer, but on the other side, on my other hand, I'm pulling codes. And I'm just screenshotting the codes off of my phone while I'm doing something else. And so it's like there's all these opportunities to grab these codes, and these codes that go on the top, once this arrives at the casino place, the code gets registered to you, and then they're gonna drop that coin into your account. That's how they know it's yours. But they're also spell checking because it's all done by a computer. So you wanna be sure that all of your words are spelled correctly. Like there's the word receive, everybody messes up that one. It's not I before E, it's E-I, it's all weird. There's a couple of different S's, there's a couple of apostrophes, there's just some little grammatical things that you wanna pay attention to. So this is the letter side of it. This is one half of the equation. Some of you can decide you only want to write letters. Like letters is enough for me. That's all I wanna do is write letters. Question?
On the envelopes, you can't do computer labels?
Nope. They also check to make sure that the handwriting on your letter or your envelope matches the handwriting on the card. If they find out that you've been automated in any way or that somebody else has done the work for you, you're banned for life. And anything that you've done goes away. So that's another reason why, okay, so joining this academy, this $225, it's like, why would I do that? Well, they teach you all of the tricks, all of the rules, all of the do's and don'ts, how to help you every little bit of the way. And so this academy, to me, I see it as like this, I don't know, it's just like the Wizard of Oz. It's going behind the curtain and seeing what really happens in real time with real people that are giving you real advice, and you can ask any question at any time of the night because there's somebody in a different time zone somewhere going to answer your question right away, and they're going to say, this is how I did it. This is how you should do it. This is what I recommend. And you can also say, what are the best games to play? What are the 96% of? How do you do this? All of these questions that make you go, oh my gosh, I feel like I've got like this huge network of people that are on my team. They also want to see me succeed, and they don't have anything to gain from me. So we're all in it like this family, and people are posting their wins all the time. They're saying, I got my first drop, I just deposited, I've got $10,000 in this month, I've got $8,000 last month, whatever it is. It's just like you're slowly seeing their progression on how they're building like real income. The cards are one part of the equation. The second part of the equation is you can choose to become a promoter. I am a promoter. By being a promoter, I'm just sharing it with everybody else. Is everybody going to have 50 people in their house? No, they're not. But what I'm willing to do, that if you decided that you wanted to be a promoter, I want to create a venue like this once a month, that if you had somebody that says, you know what, I have somebody that I want to bring into the system and I want you to train them and send them back to me, I don't want to have to train them. You bring them here, you talk to them, you show them the system, I send them right back to you and you guys sign them up and you get the credit for it. Every person that signs up, you instantly, not 3 weeks or 8 weeks or 12 weeks from now, every person that signs up under you, you get $100, like into your account through the Send It Academy. Not the letter writing thing, this has nothing to do with the casinos. The Send It Academy actually wants to see you build your network. They're paying you to do, some people will call it multi-level marketing, oh it's a pyramid scheme, all of these things. I'm gonna tell you guys, I've been doing some level of multi-level marketing or network marketing for 30 years. I've been successful in many, many businesses. The peptides that we're doing, the tirzepatide, you guys have seen that, there's a tremendous amount of weight loss going on. If I showed you guys off of one post how much, if I was in this for the money, I don't even look and see, but I get paid on that just from people signing up. And that's what I'm saying. That is a form of network marketing that I don't even pay attention to, but it's an additional stream of income. So the trick to being stable through any kind of economy is to have multiple streams of income going all the time. So we recently just opened our escrow company on January 1st. And our escrow company, this is the second one that we're a part of. It cost us a lot of money. This is a brick and mortar building with offices and, you know, salaries, and like, it's astronomical in comparison, but I have a feeling, I actually know that I can be as profitable or more profitable in this than I can in the escrow company, without having to shell out tens of thousands of dollars and manage employees and listen to people, you know, griping about this or griping about that. Like, this one, I'm in charge. I'm in charge of what the income is and what the outcome is. Before I go on, is there anybody have any questions?
Yeah.
So is it a multi-level marketing?
The second part of it is because you have the ability to build a network. So your network, okay, let me answer. Where's my other, an extra card. Extra card. Where's my card up here, Erin, or Keith, that said 4 ways to, no, I had written something on it.
Yeah, it was up there last time I saw it, the square, right?
Yeah. Is that it?
That's your summary of the.
Yeah, that one. I just wrote a summary. To answer your question, is this multi-level marketing? There is an aspect of it that can be if you choose to build a network. And this is basically, there's 4 different ways that you can earn money. If you said, I could think of somebody that would benefit from this. I could think of somebody, like maybe you've got somebody that's a retired parent, or a kid, a college student, or you know, somebody that has downtime, like a paramedic. Like, they're sitting in their vehicle waiting to be called, and what are they doing? They're on Facebook, or they're, you know what I mean? It's like you've got all these people that maybe they can have another stream of income, and they have another job, but they've got all this downtime of they don't know what to do with their time. So this additional stream of income, and this is, let me back up real quick. Do you guys know the difference between active income and passive income? Does anybody not understand that active income is when you do a task, like you write a card, and then you get paid for it, $5. That's active income. You do a task and you get paid a specific amount for that task. Passive income is when you earn income in your sleep. You're not doing anything to earn that income, but the checks start coming in. That is why multi-level marketing works. That is why the pyramid type schemes work, because you're building a network and you get paid a portion of everybody under you. That's not just who I sign up. It's who they sign up and who they sign up and who they sign up, and it goes 6 people deep. So when you start looking at it like that and you go, oh my gosh, once you fill your matrix up and you've got all these people that it doesn't matter where you start. Like, you can earn however big your matrix is. Like, if you decide to sign up, and 3 months from now you could be more successful than me, even though I've started it, because you might have a matrix and yours is just like everybody's being a promoter. Like, it all works together. Like, everybody kind of works together. So what I want to do is, the value that I want to offer everybody is that if you were interested in this, and if you said, okay, I want to write letters, totally fine, just write letters, I'll support you 100%. If you want to build a network, I want to give you the opportunity to do it in a fun way, where we can make fun videos, we can promote it on social media, we can get your friends asking you questions, and your friends are like, oh my gosh, what do you mean you can earn $1,500 by writing, 20 letters a day? Like, what do you mean? And you're just like, you know what, Erin does an event once a month, why don't you show up to that? You come, I educate, I'll answer all questions, I'll send them right back to you if they want to sign up, and that way you're even out of the equation. But I'm helping you build something that you might not be comfortable building. I know a lot of people are not comfortable doing public speaking, and I know a lot of people aren't comfortable in sales. I don't necessarily consider this sales, I consider this educating you, and then you making the decision that's right for you. And that's the same thing that we do in real estate. I've never sold a house in my career, but I educate you, and if I think it's the right home for you, and I'll show you the pros and the cons, and ultimately you're gonna make the decision. I don't put a gun to anybody's head about buying a house. It's just, these are the pros, these are the cons, this is what I would do if I were you, but I'm not you, but I can show you why. And, do you have anything you wanna add, Danny? You look like you wanna say something.
Well, I guess I could say something because I can just kind of sense there's a little bit of confusion in the room. And so if you're one of the people right now are a little bit confused, there's two parts of this, okay?
Come stand up, can you stand up here? Cause your voice will inflect better.
So, like, I'm not a multi-level marketing person. That's the first thing that always comes out of my mouth. Is this a multi-level marketing thing? Okay, never mind. I don't want to hear about it, okay? That doesn't mean that I've got a lot of great friends that have done really, really well with multi-level marketing, okay? But I want to be really clear with this. There is clear that there's two things going on here. There is the casino that you're writing to, and I want just because I know, like, I saw the look on your face right there. The casino that you're writing to, they're the ones that are gonna give you what they call a sweeps coin that is worth $5 for writing that letter, okay? And that's gonna go.
Active income.
Yes, okay? And that is what I'm focused on, okay? I'm not focused on, building the passive things. I really wanna prove the vacation money and all the other stuff that, like goes along the way. I wanna do that. And I hate writing, so, this is like even a more challenge for me because I can't write 4 of them in 5 minutes and I still don't even know if that's even true because it seems like it's about 1 a minute, about 1 every 5 minutes, and like, I've been up since 4:45 this morning because I'm like, I'm like so far behind on like trying to do my 10 letters a day since the beginning of the year. So I had some time today and I actually literally been writing for 10 hours, okay? And I did close to 100 today. So I can do about 10 hours, about what I can do. But that caught me up from all the time that I didn't get anything done. So I just want to make this clear that there's two parts of this. They're not even associated together. But the one part that could be this passive income, okay? It's still important to join this group because it unlocks all this other information that you really do need. Because when you go in and the casino has given you a $5 sweeps coin, the reason why they do this is because it's not legal to just have an online casino to have online casinos. So what they're doing is they're paying you prizes in cash based on those sweep coins, okay? And that's why they give them away, because they know that when you get there, they can sell you more sweep coin too when you're in there, because you might be like thinking that you're a gambler.
Can I interrupt you really fast? So, for my mom's birthday in November, she wants to go to Pachanga. So I take her to Pachanga and she's like, Erin, you gotta sign up for this card, because if you sign up for this card, then they give you free money, and then you get free rooms and free food, it's gonna buy your lunch. If you're gonna get $25 on this card. So I look at the card and I'm like, okay, I basically got $25 of play money, and I can go play that anywhere I want to in the casino. So this is Pachanga, real life, real casino that I'm physically holding a card and I'm physically going to the slot machine, and I physically won $50 from the $25 they gave me. I have a choice. I can put that $50 in my pocket and walk away, or I can lose it and spend more money. That's what they're counting on. So we're here to teach you how to take the money that they're giving you, put it into your account, and don't spend any more. We're gonna wait till they give you more money, and then we're gonna teach you how to keep it into your account and don't get greedy, because if you get greedy, then that's gambling. But we're gonna show you a strategy that you can almost 100% get your money back every single time. And it's not your money, it's their money.
So let me just say this. I had to prove this thing before any letters and everything else.
Have you met him?
So I signed up, bank accounts, everything else that you needed to do to get all the codes and everything like that. And I put hard money into it, okay? And I've had some fun with it, but I've taken the strategy and let's say that, okay, because I'm buying these sweeps coins, okay, and they'll send you things out like, oh, you'll get, for $10 you get 25 sweep coins. Well, I can do the math pretty quick. That means I'm getting really $15 for free, and because it is worth $1, okay? Each coin's worth $1. So basically, what I've done is I put money into it because I wanted to test what the information that she was getting through the network, which is separate, on what these certain games, what do they really, are they really paying out 94, 90%, 96%? And I'm gonna tell you, I have only played those games, and it is. I've been playing today just to see. Now I'm not telling you I'm winning, I'm telling you I'm not losing. Because I've been playing with their strategy since 4:45 this morning with my phone plugged in right next to me with the sound off, and put it on auto spin and put it on the amount, it's like 30 cents, and at the end of the day here, I have 10 more sweep coins than I started with this morning, and I have gambled all day long. But like she said, you have to clean these sweep coins, you have to play the sweep coins in order to get it to convert to cash. Every sweep coin has to do that. It would be really difficult for me to show you what that looks like right now, but what I'm trying to get to the point is the network over here that's separate from the casino is telling you what to play, how much to bet, all that kind of stuff. Once you have received these free sweep coins, once you have basically laundered these sweep coins, you go in and you look and it tells you what is redeemable for US dollars. And I can tell you that I've already redeemed, because even when I buy coins, I still have to play those coins before I can redeem them. Now, I actually won some money, and so I initiated that for my bank account, and it was approved, and the money received was $125, went back to my bank account. Okay? So I know that is not a scam. I know it's not a scam because I put my real money into it.
He had to prove it, and he had to prove
And I wanted to prove it wrong,
tonight.
honestly.
He had to prove it to before tonight at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So he goes, I'm not letting you make a fool of yourself in front of our friends. I'm like, I'm not going to.
It's not, honestly, I've been through all of the online, all the rules, everything else. I have read everything there is to read, but think about it like this. It's just like what she said with her mom. Casinos do this all the time. They give away free rooms, buffets, things like that to get you in. Be disciplined. Join the other network where they're telling you which ones to play, how to play them, and don't put your own money into it, ever. Don't do that, because you can convert this money into cash, and that is what the value is in this. It's not gambling. Now, granted, you could be playing on their money and win the jackpot, and that would be fantastic because it's still rolling. But what I'm saying is, don't put your own money into it. Don't. Just write the letters and play the money strategically, how the system's telling you to play it, and then cash it in. You have to cash it in at like basically 50 sweeps coins at a time or more. And when you do that, you set it up, they wire it to your bank. So that's the only thing I have to say about that part of it. But you need the second part of it. You need the network to tell you what to do.
There's a lot of education that goes into it at first, so that you don't mess it up, because I want to see everybody be successful. So when you're registering, you need to have, a valid driver's license. We found out a couple people had their licenses expired, so we're rectifying those situations. You have to, they have to prove that you are who you are, and that you live where you live. And there's certain rules that you can't, if I live here in Anaheim, I can't go mail my letters in Long Beach. I need to mail my letters stamped in Anaheim. I can't go play I can't go play on my phone in Washington and then have it be converted. They're tracking you by your IP address, and Washington is not an approved state. So there's certain states that do not allow you to do this, and if you have friends, I've got 5 friends in Idaho that have been begging me to sign up, and Idaho is exempt. Sorry, Idaho, you can't play. And so everybody's all upset in Idaho. So it's Idaho, Michigan, Washington, and Quebec. They're off the table. I don't know why I didn't make the rules, but I've got a lot of people in Texas now that are playing in Texas already. Nevada's in, Arizona's in. You know, almost everybody is in except for the Washington, Michigan, and what's the one I just said? Idaho. Idaho, we're all mad. A lot of people are mad.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the link that you gave us, the man that's in charge of that really explains like the breakdown really nicely. So if anybody has 20 minutes to watch that little video.
The 2 videos that are on there. So
Yeah,
there's
there's
2 videos.
little-
On that video link that I sent everybody, which I can send you again, it tells you there's a 10-minute video, I think,
Yeah,
that
there's a 10 and a
explains
20.
the letters, and there's another 10-minute video that explains the network marketing and how you can make, there's 4 different ways to earn the money. So you can earn, if you decided, I want to be a promoter, it costs $20 to be a promoter. It's a one-time fee. I think it's the best $20 you could ever spend in your entire life. So that means that if you're a promoter and you decide, I'm going to build a network under me, I've got people that I can think of that could benefit from this. I've got a mom that stays at home and, you know, or an aunt or, you know, a friend or somebody that needs extra income and they've got extra time on their hands and they can utilize this, then I want those people to sign up under me, and for them signing up under me, of the $225 that they just spent to sign up, $100 goes into your account. Separate from the casino. This is through the academy. $100 goes in your account. And then you get $5 every single month for every direct referral. That means if all of you guys signed up, it would be $5, $5, $5, $5, $5. I get paid every single month for every single person that signs up, as long as you're active doing this. That's month after month after month after month. Passive income. 50 cents for everyone in your matrix. That means, let's just say Carrie signs up, but Carrie signs up 3 people, and those 3 people sign up 3 people, and those 3 people sign up 3 people, and those 3 people sign up 3 people. All those people are in my matrix. It all adds up to you, and to that, like it just keeps going and going and going, 10 people deep. So you also make 50% of check matching. It's a check matching bonus for direct referrals. So that means that you sign up 3 people, you got paid $100, $100, $100. I get 50% of that also. It doesn't interfere with yours, but I also get paid on that as well. So anybody else under you, you're always finding a way, and this is the passive income part of it. This is the part that gets exciting for a lot of people, and it gets scary for some people, because they're like, well, I don't understand it. Well, how do I get taxed? I'm going to answer some of the questions that people ask me all the time. There's 2 different ways you're going to get taxed. When you play on the casinos, and let's say in the casinos that you made an extra $30,000 on the casinos, that $30,000 is taxed on a W-2. It's called a W-2G. That's how they tax you. The casinos they're keeping track of what you're winning and how much is going into your account. Casinos are sending you a W-2. You build a network, and let's say that I made another $40,000 from my network. That's a 1099. I can then, because it's a 1099, I'm an independent contractor, I can then write off expenses to host or to build my network. So you start to be able to learn different strategies to be able to offset the taxes off the 1099. We're independent contractors. Danny and I we haven't had a job in 35 years. We create our own jobs. We are entrepreneurs. We get 1099s. I haven't seen a W-2 in forever, but I'm going to see one now. But on a 1099, I know as an independent contractor, I have different write-offs. I'm taxed different. You're a lot more lenient. Other people ask me, well, I'm a corporation. Can I join under my corporation? I ask the same question. We get paid under a corporation in traditional sales, in real estate. No, you're an individual, because they're tracking you to make sure that you are actually a live person. They want your passport, their driver's license, they want to see where you live. And all of your information that you're gonna fill out on this card is gonna match exactly what your driver's license says. If your driver's license has your middle name, Erin Kathleen Williamson, that's the way my driver's license reads. If it's an initial, it's an initial. If you don't have it, you don't have it. But whatever your driver's license says is what's going to go on this, and whatever email address you register the casino with is what's gonna go here, and whatever address you prove of where you're living is going to go here. There's no changing it. If you change it, if you move, what happens if I move? You gotta let the casino know, you gotta, provide new documentation of where your new address is. You're always gonna let them know, look, I'm moving next month, this is where I'm moving to, so that they can update their system so that you are mitigating any chances that you might get kicked out or blocked for any kind of fraud.
Do you just work with one casino?
So the trick is, right now, because I'm also newly writing to these casinos, and that's another question that people ask, have you made any money in this yet? No, I haven't. I have with the people that I've signed up, the people that have all signed up under me, I've made money right away. But have I made money yet? No. I'm 2.5 weeks in, talk to me in 8 weeks, and I will show you my bank statement. Like, I will be completely transparent in this with all you guys, and I will show you exactly what I'm doing, when I'm doing it. Every week I will post. Every time I drop into a mailbox, I will put a picture on social media as social proof. So you see, wow, she's actually doing what she said she was going to be doing. And if you want to ask the question of how much would I make if I wrote 10 letters a day? Right? If you wrote, and this isn't even every single day. This is weekends off, guys. So when I say 10 letters a day, that means 5 days a week. So if I wrote 10 letters a day, 5 days a week, that's $250 a week, it's $1,000 a month. Every single one of you can write 10 letters a day. I promise you can write 10 letters a day. It's 42 words. It's an envelope.
So besides writing the letters in the envelopes, though, you have to also go on and gamble the money? I don't understand the second part of how you.
That's the strategy. So you can all be done from your phone. And like Danny said, once you learn the strategy on the casinos and which games to play with the low volatility, high return, you can set it on autoplay. So you're not even playing it. You're not even paying attention. You're just watching you're taking the sweeps coin and turning it into money.
So do you get paid, you spend your $5 sweeps coin, and then if you make money, then that money goes into a separate thing?
Yes.
And you're still just spending the sweeps coin?
No, it goes, once you play it, it goes into another account. What you never want to do, and these are all the strategies of why it's important to join the academy, because they're going to start teaching you all of these strategies. So once you play the money, it goes into a bank account. And if you let your bank account get to zero, you never want to get your bank account, if you let your sweeps coins go to zero, then it will start pulling from your bank account. So you want to start putting it into your bank and then redeeming it.
Not your bank account.
Your
bank.
Your online bank.
Your
online casino bank.
It's not coming from your
Not
bank
your
account.
Not
bank.
coming from my personal
No.
checking.
No. So there's, Dean, it's in the back of my Jeep, the green Jeep. And it's the brown guy. It should be open. So yeah, sorry, it's not coming out of when I say bank account, your online, you have an online
So it's
account.
a casino account.
There's two accounts. There's your sweepstakes accounts, your sweeps coins accounts, and your casino account. So your casino account, once you have at least $50 into it, you can move it into your bank account. I want to see you move it into your bank account every single time. And then the strategies are, and these are the little tricks that you learn, is you never want to start playing your sweeps coins until you have at least $200. These are all the little tricks, and once you're in the academy, you'll say, oh, once I've got $200, you can call me, Erin, I got $200, what do I do now? Then I'll walk you through it. And if you say, okay, well, I've got like $500, I'm like, what are you doing? And then now it's going to take forever to start playing this stuff. Like, let's do it at every time you have $200, every time you have a $200 drop, call me, I'll help you, I'll show you what to do, how to do it, and when to pull, you want to pull it and put it back into your bank account.
And each card and envelope is worth $5.
Each card is
So
worth,
you've done 500. So you
Correct.
have you'll have
Correct.
2,500.
So I just wanna read this out loud, and this is 5 days a week. Take notes on this. 10 letters a day, 5 days a week is $1,000 a month. 30 letters a day, 5 days a week, $3,000 a month. 50 letters a day, 5 days a week, $5,000 a month. That's only 5 days a week, guys. That's weekends off. You can add more on the weekends if you want to. You can choose to do 100 letters one day and no letters the next day, or whatever it is you want to do. But I don't know, a lot of you saw, I did a post the other day about Tony Robbins and setting goals and writing it down, and as soon as you write it down and you start declaring publicly what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, that's why I'm talking confidently in front of everybody, because if I say I'm going to do something, I'm always going to do it. We rarely fail. If we fail, we pivot and we pick up and we build it even better. So it's in my genes, it's in my blood. I want to see each one of you, that whoever says, that, you know what, I'm in, I want to do this. I want to see you succeed, and I want to win. I want to win with you. I want to watch you win, and I want to celebrate. So one of the things that my little ideas is like, gosh, if I could build a network of people that I already like, then we can do fun things, and we can create videos. And these videos, we can make these videos go viral, and have people, other people that we don't even know, are like, hey, how do I sign up? Because all you girls are, you're having so much fun, or you guys are having so much fun, or you're having these beach parties, and everybody's writing letters on the beach, and how do we get this? And we can say, look, we're writing 5 letters a day, or 10 letters a day, or we're making $5,000 a month by having fun writing letters. I'm cool with having letter writing parties every Monday night. Like, we can sit here, we can all do it as a group. That's why I say, you guys know me. Like, I will get in and do it with you. We do dance lessons, I will get in and do it with you. It's because I want to show you transparently that there's nothing up my sleeve. I want to see this work. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to prove that it works. I already know I'm going to prove that it works. So you can choose to do it now, or you can choose to, watch and see what happens in 90 days. Because I promise you in 90 days I'm going to blow somebody's mind. I promise you.
And
Mostly
do
my
casinos
husband's.
have a cap? Like,
No.
all of a sudden all these people are writing to Liberty Casino or whatever it was?
Not at this moment.
Okay.
Not at this moment. And you can write as many letters as you want. There's no cap. I mean, it does take, it's 5 minutes every time a code drops.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot make the codes come faster than every 5 minutes, unless you write to more than one casino. So you have more than one casino going on, then because the drops, there's no specific time as to when the drops happen. There's no specific date. It's usually twice a month, and they're random days. But if you've got one casino that drops twice a month, maybe on the first Thursday, or the first Tuesday and the last Tuesday, and then you've got another casino that's dropping on the, the third and the fifth, like whatever it is. It's like you have money coming in all of the time that you can start converting, and then you're not waiting for the drops, and your bank account is staying flusher longer or filling up faster because you have more opportunity.
So does the code change every 5 minutes?
Every 5 minutes is an entirely different code. And it's like a social security number.
And the codes expire.
And that's gonna tell you that, yes.
They expire in 30 days.
So you can't stockpile, if they expire in 30 days. That means from the moment the code drops, it needs to get into the casino's hands within 30 days or it's expired. So if
And then that letter's no good anymore.
And that letter's no good anymore. But so
Only one code per
one
envelope?
code per envelope. That's how they know it's you. That's how they register you.
Okay.
So I'll show you how to pull the codes. You pull the codes from your phone, pull the codes, write it, you can screenshot them. Every time you're thinking about it.
I did it in church yesterday.
He did it in church. I do it in my life. I'm sitting here in my life, I'll pull the code.
Of course, it always came up with the casino with the real first, and the guy next to me is like,
So if you're traveling and you can't mail it from where you are,
Nope.
you've only got 30 days to get it to your home.
Correct.
It has to be the same post office
Yes.
every time?
Yes, I would keep it all consistent. I would keep it within your hometown.
So you can't do this when you're on vacation?
Not really, no.
Well, you can write.
You can still write, you can still write, you can still write anywhere, but pull your codes when you get home, because you're being tracked by your IP address.
I see.
So you wanna ideally pull the codes in the town of which you're residing, which you're saying that you're residing.
So I have a couple other questions. So, if you sign up to get your TOPA, I'm kind of a hybrid between you and your husband, but, you know, to sign up to the letter writing, can you sign up later to be a promoter, or do you have to?
You can sign up later the promoter is $20.
Yeah,
The academy is the $225.
yep,
The promoter is $20. You can sign up to be a promoter later. Anytime when you've got somebody that you're like, oh my gosh, I got somebody that wants to join, then why wouldn't you be a promoter?
right. And then do you recommend having like just a completely separate bank account for this?
Okay, so that brings up a good point. Some people are like, I'm not comfortable signing up with my bank account. You don't have to. You can create a Chime account, which is like a third-party account, like a Venmo, a Chime account, which they never have. They can deposit all the money right into your Chime, and then you take the Chime and put it into your bank account. I have I call it my fun money bank account. It's like a bank account I've had since I was 15 years old. And I always keep about $1,000 or so in it, and that's the one I use to sign up with this. You might have used our regular bank. I don't know what you use.
No, I use my secret one.
Oh, your secret one. I knew it! There's a lot of that.
To use our regular.
Yeah, I think it's safe to use your regular one. Okay, so I'm gonna read the most common questions, and I'm gonna answer the most common questions. I've sent a lot of you guys this, but I just wanna reiterate it. And it's like, who can join? Anyone 18 years or older. 18 years or older in Canada or the USA. No other countries, Canada and the USA, except not Idaho, not Montana, not Washington, not Michigan, or Quebec, Canada.
Or Connecticut too, I think, or something.
Nope,
No?
nope,
Just or Connecticut.
nope.
There's two states, Florida and New York, that they have a daily limit that they can't take. Let's say if they won a jackpot and it was $8,000, and the most that they could pay that person within that state is
5,000.
you know.
But we
The
don't
other
live
thing I
there.
want to tell you too, because I've been through all that, with the casinos, I've been through all the same stuff that she's telling you about. There is one thing in there that I don't want you to be confused on, because she keeps using the word promoter. Promoter is not for the casino, okay? Promoter is for the multi-level
The
marketing.
Send It Academy. It's
Yes,
building your
that-
network. That is a
But
promoter.
the online rules for the casino talks about employees and promoters, but you are not a promoter for the casino. That's, and there's. certain
Yeah, the
words
casino
to it.
verbiage says promoters are prohibited from playing in this casino. You're not that promoter. That means you physically work for that casino and you are making money from that casino as an employee. That's what they're referring
And
to.
their family
When
members
I say
or
promoter, I mean that you want to build a network of people under you that want to write letters and make additional income. Where do you do this? You can do this from your designated computer or cell phone, wherever you live. Your IP address will be verified. And so Danny and I reside in the same house. We cannot use the same IP address. He uses one computer, I use another computer. So I just want to throw that out there as everybody that gets excited and they want to get started. I want you to do it the right way up front. I use my computer, my cell phone. He uses his computer, his cell phone. We don't also then go to the office and use that computer. Don't do that. Don't confuse it. They're going to track and they're going to understand what you're regularly doing, and you want to keep it consistent. What are you writing? You are writing to various companies to request free sweepstakes coins valued at $5 each that can be deposited into an online casino bank account. You are writing approximately 42 to 48 words depending on the company's sweeps rules. There's different casinos. The casino that I'm going to teach you guys about this evening that I'm doing right now is called Lucky Land. But there's other casinos. Other casinos have other rules. We have to pay attention. There's casinos out there that say, you cannot write in a black pen. You must write in a blue pen. So you have to pay attention. Don't just go rogue. That's why we're here to like help you and guide you. Don't go rogue and say, well, I have like Keith, you know, I've got blue note cards. I'm like, don't do that, because I don't know if like blue is gonna go ring, 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 they're gonna spit you out. So white note cards, 4x6, no lines, number 10 envelopes, black ink pen. That's what we're gonna do for Lucky Land. That's what I'll help you guys, and whoever wants to start this tonight, I will help you do your first letter so you're off and running and you can get the ball rolling.
Erin,
Yes,
you're writing 500 letters to Lucky Land?
yeah. And you can write
Is
another
there a
500.
conglomeration of casinos out there, or
There is a conglomeration of, we're gonna choose, we're gonna go with the strategies that I've been learning through the Senate Academy. That there's 3 casinos that have the games with the 96%. We wanna follow what they're going to teach us. We wanna do the same strategies that the people that have been successful over the years have been doing. So we wanna do the same casinos. There's 3 different casinos. We're gonna start with Lucky Land.
so is every envelope?
Every single envelope is
gonna
gonna
say
go to
Lucky
the
Land?
exact same place. And that's why I sat and I did 500 all together. And then next time when I sit and do envelopes, I'll do them to another casino so that I don't confuse them.
But just keep this in mind though too, you know,
So
because
you're writing the same casino, the same letter, but using different codes for each
Correct.
one.
Correct.
yeah, well, every letter has its own unique code, and you're not gonna sit on those codes, so you're not gonna, she was just giving an example of it, as she sat down and wrote out a box of 500 or number 10 envelopes, as she was just getting used to doing something. I can't do that like that, like, you know, I gotta try to get like 10 out a day. Today was like ridiculous, I had time to, you know, spend that kind of time writing. But if I can just get 10 out a day, and 10 a day would probably take me an hour to do, then I'm putting those in the mail with codes, because there's other things too, like, this is going to New Hampshire, these letters, okay? Weather permitting, everything else, US mail, you know, it takes 3 days, 5 days,
Right,
7
we
days.
just call it a week to mail
And
and a
then
week to get done.
they're sitting on, they're not processing, because they have different drop times, is what she was talking about, why we would use different casinos, because they're gonna go through and they're gonna drop, like people who are coming online go, oh my gosh, I just got a whole month of, I sent 30 letters a day, didn't hear anything for a month, and now I got 4,500, sweepstakes coins in my account, okay? But if you set on those sweepstake coins for 2 weeks, or those codes for those letters for 2 weeks, then they might be already expired when they're sitting there by the time they're getting them, you know, because they won't process.
So you wanna get your codes
wanna
and
get
get
'em
them out in the mail. I would recommend waiting on anything for more than a few days and then get them in the mail. Get them in the mail, get them in the
48
mail, get
hours
them in the mail.
gone. in the
I don't
mail.
trust
They're
the
gone.
US Postal Service as much as I trust the government.
But each card that you write has a different code on it.
Correct,
So you had 100 different codes
correct,
that you got off your phone every
Correct.
5 minutes.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, and some people, everybody has a different strategy. Like, I'll be sitting at my computer doing something else for a client, and then I'll pull a code. And then I'll write it down, and I have a whole list of a piece of paper which just has codes. And then later, because I've already written my cards, maybe, you know, getting my kid's haircut, I've got all these cards written, then I'll come back and I've got my list of codes, and I'll just transfer the codes onto the cards. So then I'm crossing them off because I know they're done. And then I start over again. Whenever I have free time, then I'm gonna start dropping those codes.
Erin, so there's a new way to harvest this codes
No.
automatically?
No, believe me, I've got gamers. You think my kids, and I'm like, guys, and they're like, no, Mom, you're so dumb. Like, this is how we're gonna do it. And I'm like, there's no way to harvest it. You have to do that thing.
Handwriting.
What's that?
You have to either screenshot it or handwrite it when it drops every 5 minutes.
When it drops, but it doesn't just drop. You have to also prove that you're a human. You know how you play that little game where you have to pick 5 buckets or 5 curtains or 5 beds, and then you use your mouse and you scratch it off like a scratcher, because they will not let you be a bot. Like if they catch you trying to outsmart the system or do something automated or have someone else write it for you and you're going to probably get banned.
Okay, so you can't have anybody else write.
No, because they compare your handwriting.
Your handwriting on the envelope needs to match the handwriting on the card.
No, right, but what if you had somebody else write the envelope and the card? Like, I'm a single mom. I have.
If that same person consistently always did it,
Letters and I wrote letters, but we have our own, like,
yeah.
and the envelopes and letters were still written by a same person.
I have a daughter right now doing it for her mom because her mom has arthritis. The daughter is a caregiver for the mom.
Okay.
The daughter's there with the mom, helping the mom build the business. The daughter's doing all the writing. As long as the daughter is constantly doing, she's the one that's going to write the envelope and the card consistently all the time forever.
So every single one has to be written by the same person.
Same person.
Okay.
It can't be, you can't have your husband do the envelopes and you do the cards. It's not gonna work that way. Yes.
When you pull the code, you activate the card, send it off, and they pay you for that code. Is there a reference, like you can cross-reference, like, oh, I got paid for that code, or there's no way to kind of?
I don't think, if there is, I haven't found it.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that there's not, but I don't know that. I don't think so.
Like, do they let you know the code that's associated with that coin? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Like, they
Right, no,
let
there's,
you know what code went with the coin they just dropped in your account?
no.
Okay.
I haven't seen anywhere that it would show me that, a way to cross-reference it. So there's that risk there.
That I can hold on Saturday or
Yes.
something.
Now, there's a few people have said that they've had their letters returned. My first question is, why would you have your letters returned? Well, it was user error. They did something wrong. They forgot to put a stamp on it. They got the address wrong, or they mixed the numbers, or something like that. So there's something that somebody's always done, human error that screwed it up, that made it come back to me.
You have to write your return address on it too?
Yes,
In
and
your
so,
own handwriting?
yes. This is what the letter looks like. It doesn't have your name on it. Every letter has sweepstakes with an S, entries with an S. Sweepstakes, entries, and your address. Doesn't say your name, just sweepstakes, entries. Their address, the way it's written, you have to spell out department. There's no abbreviating. This is all going through an electronic system. So everything needs to be, this one's Lucky Land slots, sweepstakes, department, and then it's a P.O. box, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So every envelope is gonna look the same. The way the Academy, if you're not sure, if you're doing anything right, when you join the Academy, they want you to send your card to them so that they can approve it, tell you if anything looks weird or any reason they think it might get rejected. And I've got both of my things approved on the first time, but I'm also proficient in letter writing. So if you're proficient, I guess a lot of people don't write letters, so they don't really know how to do this. And so it's like, make sure the stamp is on this side, and make sure your return address is on that side, and then put your P.O. box in a row underneath the title. Like, don't scramble it all around. So just do everything consistently, plain and simple. I'm happy to share examples of exactly what mine look like so that it's kind of a no-brainer. I can share examples of exactly what my card looks like so you can read the words. But you can also go online to the casino, and the casino will spell out exactly what it says. It's 42 words. Just make sure you get them in the right order, you spell receive correctly, and you add an S on sweepstakes promotions. Like, spell it all right, and you shouldn't have any problem getting your sweeps coins.
Can you stop at any time?
Yeah.
What if you're a promoter and you have people under you and you stop doing it?
I believe that you will still, because it's a one-time fee to be a promoter, so I believe as you're a promoter, you're always a promoter, and you build your network, you're still getting paid off of your network. That's the passive income part of it. That's how it's always been. in the past when I've been with other companies. I'm with other companies right now, but this one is the most lenient I've ever seen in the 4 different ways you can make money. And everybody in behind the scenes in the network is like, this is the easiest thing I've ever done. A lot of stay-at-home moms are in some kind of network marketing. You know, Arbonne, Rogan and Fields, like all of these different network marketing things, and everybody's doing it. Premier Jewelry, like all of it. And I've never seen anybody have such an easier way to make money from a network marketing system. Anyone else?
Yes.
Do you write your cards out first and then just fill in the?
I do, because I write my cards everywhere. I take my cards that go to open houses with me, my cards go with me in the car. If I'm sitting in a train, I'm gonna start writing my cards. I carry a clipboard, I can bring it out and show you. I carry a clipboard, I carry a bag, a clipboard, and I carry a stack of cards and a stack of envelopes. And if I've got some free time on my hands, and if anybody knows me, I have ADD, I always have to be busy, and my mind works like a remote control all the time. I'm always like thinking 2 things at once. So I stay out of trouble if you keep me busy.
I have 2 questions. When you're pulling these codes, can you pull them when you're on the road? Can you pull them when you're at the beach, or do you have to be at your computer to pull these codes?
So my husband's testing the system right now. You're supposed to be within your area where you live. So Danny pushes the envelope. He's like, well, I'm at church, and it's right down the street. You know, it's that kind of thing. We're gonna find out if anything that his is gonna get rejected or not. I'm gonna do mine here.
Okay.
I try to pull my codes. I usually do it here on my computer.
Okay, number 2 question is, I have this $300 in my pretend account of all the $5 that have dropped.
Uh-huh.
Now I gotta spend it, right, or gamble with it?
Yes.
Within 30 days, you said?
No.
Within
The codes expire in 30 days.
Okay, so I've got this money sitting there, $300.
Yeah.
How long do I have to spend? I mean, this is another part of it. I've done all this writing. I've sent everything off. I've
Right.
gotten all my
Okay,
codes.
so
now money's dropping.
we're not going to wait until there's $300.
Or $200, whatever.
It's every $200 you're going to start spending. You're going to start converting. Let's call it converting it. You're going to start converting it. But we're going to show you how to do that, where you can set it on auto and let it just start playing itself. So every 100 coins of your 200, like, let's convert it so that it can be done in a timely fashion. What you don't want to do is let it just sit there and collect, and then you got $5,000. That's going to take you forever to do. So as it comes out, every 200, let's just get it into your account and deposit it into your bank.
Your casino bank.
Well, but there's still this process of, you call it automation, or the one place you can do automation. You're either winning or losing during this time.
If
I
you're
know
gambling, you're probably losing. But if you're going with the slots, the specific slots of which they're going to tell you to play,
Are they fun?
and you're going, huh?
Are they fun?
They actually
slots?
are. They actually are. I'm like, I know why people get addicted. I'm like, oh my God. I see the end game. You see, when I stand over here and I look at the casino's point of view, I'm like, oh, they're just trying to get you to be so addicted to this that you're just like, all right, I'm gonna pull out my credit card. I'm gonna buy another $500. I'm gonna not do what the system says. And you know, the system says only go 20 to 30 cents. They want you to bet 20 to 30 cents at a time. But if you get hooked on it, then you're gonna be like, no, I wanna do this for $10. I'm gonna, now we're starting to get into another realm, and we might need a little counseling. Like, we wanna play by the rules, and we wanna do the most effective thing to get you guys the highest return.
30 cents times 200.
Just as an example, if you were gambling $200, how long does that take?
That is actually a good question for Danny, because I'm not yet, okay, so when you first sign up, let me back up. When you first sign up, you get gold coins. There's gold coins and sweeps coins. When you sign up with the casino, they're going to drop, let's just say, 1,000 gold coins into your account. The gold coins, they sound wonderful, but they don't mean anything. They're your practice money. They're your play money. That's how you can see which games you get excited about or have fun with. How long does it take to go through $200, do you think, on the casino? You're the one that plays with the real money, cause he's been trying to find a way out, and he
You know,
can't.
honestly, if you just put it on auto and you can keep it at 30 cents, you can go through, you can probably scrub most of that money out in about an hour. And
you're not doing anything, it's
all
on
in there
auto.
almost. I have been playing with the same money all day long. And I go up $20, I come down $20, up all day long, if I use their strategy. If I start pretending like I'm in a casino, and I'm gonna go with my gut, it's all gonna go the direction real quick. But again, I'm not trying to gamble, I'm not trying to win money with their money. If that happens, that's fine. What I'm trying to do is pretend like they just gave me those coins, and that, you know, I'm looking to see if I clean that money up, and, you know, that money's been clean up all day long.
But so you won $20. Does that $20 that you won go to a different account and then you use another one of those $20?
No, it doesn't go to a different account, it goes into your sweeps, your sweeps coins account. Then there's a redeem button that you go push a redeem button, and it will tell you how much you can redeem at this point in time. And there could be a difference between what you see over here and then what can be redeemed, because maybe you haven't played all those coins yet. But you need to pay attention to that. You need to stop and go, where am I at right now? Because if Erin keeps using 200 coins, and if you have 200 coins and you already can redeem 200 coins, then maybe, you know, if you want to keep, maybe you want to still play, maybe you want one out. Maybe you take 150 of it right now, because you have to have a minimum of 50. Once you go below 50, you can't pull 30 out. You have to have 50. You have to have 50 or more. That's why they always say play with 200 or more. And the gold coins too, they don't last forever. They expire in 60 days. So you have to play them.
And each coin is worth approximately,
One US dollar.
okay, and where's
That's
the
that-
$5 part come in?
The $5 is they're giving you 5 sweeps coins when you mail each letter.
Every letter equals 5 sweeps coins, which you can convert into $5.
I was thinking one
Right.
would be worth $5, got it, okay.
Right.
And how do you know if your letter is rejected?
You don't.
It'll either come back to you in the mail because you did something wrong, or you won't know.
You won't know.
But you'll know if you never get any. You can email them. They have a support system. The casinos actually have a support system, and they're very responsive. And some people have emailed them to say, hey, I'm checking on my drops or whatever. And it's interesting because a few people have reported, once if I've questioned it, then all of a sudden they'll drop it. So there is a human on the other end of it.
Do you have to write in a perfectly straight line? Because I'm left-handed, so I'm already.
Not necessarily. You just have to write legibly. You got to think about, can a computer read what my writing is? And they want you to print it. They don't want you to handwrite it. So there's lots of little strategies, and that's why I say, like, let me help you start it. That's why whoever is interested in getting started, I'll help you start it now, so that your arms and dangerous, and you have you're ready to go. Like, make it make sense. Let me look at it first. Let me make sure you're doing it right, so that you can go home and consistently do it again and again and again. And then you'll see that you can do 4 every 5 minutes. Maybe you can do 5 every 5 minutes. Maybe you can do 3 every 5 minutes. I don't know. Everybody's going to be different. Everybody writes. Some people write fast. Some people write slow. You just have to write clear.
Is your upline here tonight?
Can I say something? I've exceeded my upline.
Well, for questions.
I know more than my upline.
Well, I got my IP address, but since I'm registered in New Mexico, I did it on my phone, so I don't know how to do it
I would-
because I'm out of state.
Let me
but
give
my
you the
IP
support
address is
number for the casino to ask them, because I know yours is a little bit of a different situation. You've got a different address and a different IP and a different mailing and a different driver's license.
Yeah.
We gotta figure out if we can make those all coincide.
Erin, I'm a little confused, I'm sorry, about how you finally get paid. Like, so you get your 200 in your account, and then you play certain games, and you may win some, or you lose some, or you're trying to get it down to 0, or?
No, you're trying to convert it to the same. You're trying to take say you have $200 in your account, we're going to play it on a strategy. So this is why I say this is different than gambling. It's a methodical system, and there is a 96% chance of you getting the same, you're getting 96% of whatever they've given to you. Most people are reporting that they're getting 100 to 115%, but I don't want to tout those numbers. I want to tell you, over longevity, it's probably the worst you're going to do is 96%, which doesn't suck. But if you pay with a 115% conversion, that's what a lot of people are promoting.
So you play, and then you hopefully
You
get
win, and then you
the
redeem.
96%,
Yes.
and then it gets transferred into your.
Yes, so
real
that means
account.
they give, let's just say hypothetically, they give you $1,000. You have $1,000 of their money. You're walking away with 960 of them. Their money. This is not your money. This is the money that you wrote. It was the cost of your stamp. So for every 80 cents that you spent hard money to send, to get $4.20. If that makes sense.
Well, I don't understand when you get the coin and then you have to play them.
Correct.
But how do you have to play them?
That's what he's saying. You can go through about $200 in about an hour. But there's a strategic way to do it. That's what the Academy's for. So the Academy is going to answer a lot of questions. And there's classes. So when you join the Academy, there's like 10 different classes, and they're like maybe 8 to 10 minutes long, that's going to explain each step of the process. I recommend, before you do anything, you go into the Academy, I'll show you exactly where to go, and you watch their sequential videos that show you exactly what to do each step along the way.
Like how to set up your IP?
All of it.
Okay.
All of it.
But that's what
They
I'm
answer
trying to get.
every single question in the Academy. Questions that I'm not even touching, the questions you don't even know you have,
Yeah.
they're gonna answer. And then you can come back and, we can show you how to do it when you're ready to go. If you guys wanna get started and write a letter, so you have an you see like what it feels like for you to write that letter, you can start off by leaving a space in the top left-hand corner, and that's where you're going to actually write your code once you get a code.
Can I get a card from my daughter? Can we just take a picture of the video and then take a picture of
Does each casino have different learning, or is it all?
No, they do. Slightly different. That's why some of them are 42 and some of them are 48. It's slightly different, and that's why I recommend that you stick with one casino and then do another. Because I can tell you that address in my sleep, but when I start with another casino, I need to forget that address and remember the new address.
Erin, when would you switch to a casino? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how many envelopes would you send?
Me
out
personally,
people that would want to switch?
I'm going to go through 500.
And then you're going to
and then I'm gonna
switch.
switch.
And then you're gonna return back.
I'm going to return
You're just
back.
gonna
I'm going to
rotate
go
the
back
three.
and back and back and back.
Rotate the three.
Correct.
Okay. Makes sense.
And who needs the videos? You do.
I do.
Okay. All right.
I did too.
Yes, I'm going to send you the video. Oh, yes. 1 second. No, I'm going to send you the videos, and then the videos are how you sign up. The link The link I'm gonna send, whoever needs the link right now, the link I'm gonna send you is actually how you sign up if you choose to sign up. It says, sign me up now, or something like that. So, if you need me to send this to you, I'm gonna send it to Catherine right now. Who else needs the copy of the link? Okay, got it.
Me, please.
Hold on, hold on,
Lisa.
hold on.